Y'all, it's Nika back again with another story time. And I'm going to be fixing my hair today because it looks a mess. While I'm doing this, I'm going to be doing what I have to be doing for me. What the fuck did this boy do to this thing? He don't change this. I hate it. He have too much time with this thing. But, okay, so I was watching this girl story time on YouTube. And in her story time, she was describing how she had got poisoned, like the symptoms of her being poisoned, food poisoning. And so, and when she was talking about it, I was like, damn, I remember that one time when that happened to me. And then I was like, I remember throwing up like that. I didn't think it was food poisoning at the time. I thought it was alcohol poisoning. Shit, it could be alcohol poisoning. Y'all tell me what it is. So, this is what happened. I was talking to this boy. When I first met him, everything was all right. We was cool. We was hanging out all the time. He had just got out of prison. Like, I would say like a week. He literally just got out of prison when I met him, and I was walking. And while I was walking from, that's the time when me and my mom was going through it. So I moved into the homeless shelter down the street. And I was going to my mama's house. Like, I was walking from the shelter to my mama's house, and he passed by. And when he passed by, I was going this way, he went that way. Like, where? And then he turned around. And I was like, what the fuck? Then he passed me. So I'm walking this way, so he passed by like this. Then he go to the stop sign. I'm almost to the stop sign. My mama's house is at the stop sign. Like, I just have to cross the street. But the way my mama's house is, I can't just walk in her yard. I gotta go all the way around everybody's house to get in my mama's house. It's like a cul-de-sac type stuff. So he had the stop sign. So I'm like, why is this car still sitting at the stop sign? And that's when I started thinking. I'm like, isn't it the same dude? I was like, ain't that the same car that passed by? And I was like, whatever. They probably, I don't know what the fuck. So I get to walking. When I walk up to the car, he like, hey, my name's C, but they call me M. No, my name M, but they call me C. And I'm a rapper, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm a God-fearing man, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I just got out of prison. And I was like, okay. I've done been with a couple of like, shady people, so that was like whatever. So, and he was handsome at the time. Maybe it's because I was lonely, I don't know. But he was handsome to me. So he was like, oh, do you want to hang out and stuff like that? I was like, sure, fine. I'll go to my mama's house, but I'll go to my mama's house because I ain't have nothing to do. And I was not finna sit in no shelter all day. So I went with him or whatever. So from then on, we was inseparable. We was together for like, the whole relationship didn't last that long. The whole relationship didn't last that long. The whole relationship, I'll say, lasted like 2 months. 2-3 months. And then, so the whole relationship lasted 2-3 months. But within those 2-3 months, a lot of shit happened. So I had to meet him in December or November because this is the part of food poisoning. But when I met his mama and them, his mama's butt shit ugly. Lord forgive me, but she's butt shit. You ever seen, I'm gonna try to find a picture of those monsters. There's like 3 monsters. There's a mama, daddy, and a baby. The baby big as fucking in the fucking in a fucking high chair. I forgot what the fuck the monsters were called. But yeah, so but when I first met the mama, it's like I got a weird vibe from her. And I was like, whatever. I was like, whatever. I got the weird vibe. She was talking nice to me. His sister was talking nice to me. It was three of them and the sister, two kids that stayed in the house, but it was the sister house. Oh yeah, he told me while he was in prison, he had money saved up, and yeah, they was sending him money and stuff like that. But he was like, they be going on trips and stuff like that. They was going on trips, and I was trying to figure out how they was going on trips. He said I was trying to figure out how they was going on trips. He said it's when I got home. I realized all the money was gone. He said the only reason I got this car is because she knows somebody. I think it was like a rental or some stuff. She had got him like a big red truck. I forgot what kind of truck it was. And he was like, no, he don't want nothing flashy. Because before he went to prison for those 10 years, he was popping low key. I don't know, that's what he said. That's what they say. And the way they was making it, like they was trying to put him back on where he was at before. I want to say I low key believed it. Okay, and yeah, so that shit nasty. And they was trying to make him pop again, whatever, so that I guess he could start getting rap money again. But he was like, I don't really want to rap, and I'm like, well, then what do you want to do? He didn't know what he was gonna do, but at the end of the day, he'll move and work. Young nigga to move that work. Young nigga to move that work. And then so yeah, like I said, he was real nice to me too. He was buying me stuff, and because he was moving that little bit of stuff, I was able to get my hair done, my nails done, and stuff like that. I got my ears pierced while I was with him. He brought me like some fake jewelry, some costume jewelry, and stuff like that, so I could wear my outfits. Brought me a couple of outfits, brought me some shoes. Nothing expensive, because, like, you know, he ain't had no money, I ain't had no money. And then, but he was nice to me, fed me, smoked with me, like, nice. But he used to always be sitting in the car just, like, thinking, I guess, of what he wanted to do. I don't know. So, anyways, New Year's come around. But, okay, so he can't drive, because I guess he had no license. So I guess the rental was not even in his name. I don't know what the fuck, but the mama knew somebody. So I was driving and stuff like that. So yeah, he can't drive. So I was driving. We was all in the city. We even went to go see like this like, I'm gonna say mega star because a lot of people know who she is. Her brother just got out of jail, and that's their cousin. So I was like, maybe he was like, you know, somebody. I don't know, before he went to jail. I don't know. And somehow, some way, the sister was a rapper too, and she was connected to like one of my favorite rappers and stuff like that. She even showed me like messages of her talking to him and stuff like that, right? So, mind you, this is before I was spiritual and stuff like that. I say that to say this. So, New Year's come around, and I'm like, I ain't got nothing to wear. So they put like an all-white out, like they found an all-white outfit for me. I think I had white pants, but I had nothing to wear. So they gave me like a see-through shirt, and then I had like a pink bra. They gave me the pink bra, because they also gave me like these pair. Did they give it to me? Or somebody else gave it to me? I can't remember. But I had a pair of pink high-heel Nike shoes, tennis shoes, or whatever. I'm gonna put pictures of my little outfit that night, and he wore all white too. So when we go to the city, to his people's house, he was like, these people been asking him to come, but he haven't been able to come because he been trying to you know, get his life in order, blah blah blah. So they kind of mad that he hasn't been coming to see him, dumb or whatever. So I was like, okay, then we went to a lot of your people's house, so I guess there's a lot more we gotta go to. We was together for a minute. It had to be November, because on Thanksgiving, we went to go pick up his peoples in the city. And in December, Christmas, I was around for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and then New Year's. I was around for 3 major holidays. And so New Year's come around or whatever, and by now, I'm basically like staying with him. He's like, I don't want you staying in this shelter, so come stay with me, da da da. So I take all my shit. Like, I didn't tell the shelter I was leaving, so like every once in a while I try to pop up so that they won't kick me out, but I still got kicked out. They ain't like me there anyways. So I was staying with him. So New Year's come around, we go up there to go see his peoples or whatever. So everybody was like acting so nice, and so I don't know, everybody was acting so nice. So that's why it's weird to me, like what happened. And so when I get there, at first they all look at me like, and then they start being nice. They all look at me like up and down. Then they start being nice. And I'm like, maybe they was just checking out my outfit. I don't know. And then I could never spell this shit right. Hold on. This ain't my home state. I can't spell Kansas for shit. But as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how you sign it. And so they all looking at me crazy or whatever, but then they start being nice, and the alcohol started flowing, yay! First, so the alcohol started flowing because they took me inside to meet everybody else, but he stayed outside. Well, he came inside too for a little bit and stuff, and the alcohol started flowing in. I was drinking white, brown, but mind you, I always do this. I always mix alcohol, always. I could drink wine coolers, alcohol, brown, white, anything, just all together in one night and just be okay. Sometimes I wake up throwing up, but throwing up alcohol from being drunk and throwing up food poisoning is different. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't notice that till I was watching this girl YouTube video. And so when we went inside or whatever, they asked him, do he want to eat? I think I seen like one person eating, but everybody else wasn't eating. They're like, do you want to eat? And he was like, no, I just ate, blah, 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 but get her something to eat, because she ain't eat all day. And I'm like, yes, I did, bitch. But I was like, fuck it, I'm finna take it because I don't want to be rude or nothing. Like, them people was already looking at me crazy, whatever, so I don't want them thinking, like, whatever. So, one thing for certain, 2 things for sure, don't ever eat at nobody's hand. Don't ever go to nobody else and eat, especially if you don't know them. Even if you know them, fuck it, because you never know what people's intentions are. So then, boom. So they gave me a plate of food. It was shredded pork. It's not that I don't eat pork, but I never ate shredded pork before. Shredded pork, and I don't think it had rice. I think that's what really threw me off. I think it did have rice. It had rice, shredded pork. I think there was ribs. I don't know. I think it was barbecue chicken, not ribs. Or it was a ribs and barbecue chicken. I can't remember. I just know I ate some barbecue. I was drunk as fuck, high as fuck. Whatever, I go outside and I'm eating, and he look at the food. And I'm like, you want some? He like, no, it's gonna mess up my stomach. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I was like 23, 24. And he was like 32, 33. And so we get to eating, whatever. Then like after I finish eating and stuff, it's time. He like, okay, we finna go. And I was like, all right, I'm ready to go anyways. So then we leave. Then not even the next morning, like, I'll say that same night I was throwing up. But the way I was throwing up, I was like, it wasn't, I was like, damn, I never threw up like this. And so then I woke up in the morning. I'm still throwing up. I'm shitting. I'm throwing up. Like I'm. I got a shit. Flush toilet. Turn around. Throw up. Like that's how bad it got. Like it was really, 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 really fucking bad. And then yeah, I didn't feel good for the whole day. This went on for like 2 days. And then the second day, I was like, I gotta take a shower, whatever. So I'm taking a shower, playing Haitian music. He came in there, oh, don't be playing that stuff. I don't know what they saying. And I'm like, they're not saying nothing. It's Haitian music. Oh, I don't understand that music, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what's wrong with him? Like, his attitude started like changing towards me. And I'm throwing up dying. And so then he was like, let's go to the hospital. I was like, okay. And so I was like, okay. So we went to the hospital, and I'm thinking like I'm pregnant. So, and he thinking I'm pregnant too. So we had a pregnancy test done. But I don't know, the nurses were even like, they were kiki laughing. I'm like, what they kiki laughing for? I'm the type of person, if I don't see my period, which I didn't, I'm like, oh, I'm pregnant, especially if I'm pregnant. Oh my God, I'm pregnant. And I like dudes, so I was like, we could make it work or whatever. And it's not like he was like no bum nigga. Like, even with all of that happening, he was still like looking, even though he was moving, working stuff, he was still working and stuff like that. I used to wake up every morning, and like he always wanted a peanut butter sandwich and a banana and a glass of milk. That's all he wanted for breakfast. And I did that. You know, like every morning, no problem. Like, that's all you want, I got you. Even if he wanted more, I would do it, because he was working. I wasn't working. He was taking care of me and stuff like that. And so what happened? And oh yeah, so come back, I'm not pregnant, but I'm not feeling good. So they gave me an IV. And then once they gave me the IV, I started feeling better, but I still was like groggy and stuff like that. I still didn't feel good. And that's when I'm gonna say, like, he started treating me different. Excuse me. Even me, and then there's another thing. I don't know if it's the water they take a bath with in prison, or they drink, or whatever they eat, and I'm hunching and my pH balance is off whack. My pH balance is off whack as fuck. And so my kun get to like smelling funny. So I was like, yo, I gotta go to the doctor. So I go to the doctor. Doctor's like, there's nothing wrong with you. And I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean there's nothing wrong with me, nigga? Like, my coochie stink. And he like, I'm gonna do like a test. I did an HIV test, negative. And he even showed me his HIV paper, because, like, you know, when they release you back from prison, whatever, they show you all that stuff. So that's negative. And so a chlamydia, gonorrhea, all that, but nothing is catching. What's today's date? 25th. So I'm like, what's wrong with me? Or whatever. Like I said, I was a spiritual, y'all. So then that's when yeah, he started acting funny, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, by now, we going through it. But every morning I'm still waking up, making him breakfast. Like, this is like 2-3 days after I done started feeling good or whatever. And so then that's when and so, like, one day he get up to go to work, and I noticed he been on his phone a little bit more than usual, but I ain't think nothing of it, because he ain't give me the cheating type. Like, the whole time we was together, he ain't, you know, like, he just started acting different out the blue for no reason. I don't know. And so then that's when he went to work. So I get up, make him his little breakfast or whatever. But it's like he ungrateful. Like, he's starting to be ungrateful and stuff. Even though it's a peanut butter sandwich, like, bitch, I could have stayed asleep. Even though and then the whole time you acting nasty towards me and stuff like that, I'm still getting up to make you breakfast and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to have your back. Like, I'm like, maybe he's going through it because he got to go to this little temp job and you don't really want to be here. I'm like, maybe like that's what it is or whatever. And so I'm like, and so then that's when so that day when he woke up to go to work or whatever, he was acting real nasty towards me or whatever. He got in a badass car accident, bad car accident. And then the mama came and woke me up and was like, oh, he got in a car accident. Em got in a car accident. I say blah blah blah. And I'm like, first thing I thought was, but why he ain't called me? Like, why he call you? And I'm like, damn, this boy really not fucking with me no more. And so, and I'm like, damn, this boy really not fucking with me no more. Like you used to call me before you call your mama. Like, everything was me. Like, yeah, you fucked with your mom, but you fucked with me even harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about us moving out, getting our own shit type shit. Like, I think I had got a job working at Target overnight at that time. No, that was before the car accident. So once the car accident happened, I think I wasn't even working at Target no more. I think when he met me, I was already working at Target. That's what it was. No, when he met me, the Target era was about just ending, and I had like maybe a month left to work at Target, and I blew up at the Target manager because he was trying the fuck out of me. So okay, and so it was seasonal anyways, so that had ended, and then he started being like real nasty towards me, and then I got another job through Career Source, and I used to walk to that job. It was around the corner he stayed around the corner from my mama, and the job was around the corner from my mama, so everything was like in the ranch. And his mom used to always ask me, oh, you don't want me? He used to tell his mama to take me to work. And at first, she made a face like, take her to work. He like, yeah, I don't want her walking. Da, da, da. And then I peeked around the corner, I seen her face, and I was like, ooh, she had to make that face. And she was like, okay, I'll try, because she had a van and stuff like that. So when she used to ask me to, if I want her to take me to work, I used to always say no. And I used to always just walk to work and walk back home and stuff like that, cause he be at work. And so yeah, that's when he started acting real nasty towards me and stuff like that. And then he got in a car accident. So when he got in a car accident, he was like, I don't even know how it happened. He was at a four-way stop. Like, literally the way it happened, it was not even supposed to be a car accident. Like, when I got there and I looked at, and I went to him, I was like, how did this happen? He like, I don't even fucking know. Like, he was just talking like real reckless and stuff like that. He was like, Mama, let's go, and stuff like that. So I guess she brought me along to say that I was driving him to work. Well, I was going to be the scapegoat or whatever, because he ain't got no license. He ain't supposed to be driving. So she was like, oh, just say that you were driving him to work. Whatever. This is my nigga, so I'm like, okay, whatever. So, yeah, but nothing happened of it. The police just came, and he told them he was driving. They was just like, whatever, they don't want us personal charges because the people's Mexican or whatever. So they probably had no, like, documents to be driving either. So they just towed the car back to the house. The car was fucking totaled. The car was totaled. So now his attitude even got worse. And so one day, I don't know what happened. We just got like in a big ass fight, and he was like, I don't know what happened. He no, we didn't must get no fight. I was just in there, whatever. He was acting strange for me, but we didn't get no fight. And then mama came to me with like, oh, Conrad said he don't want you here no more. Oh, I was gonna say the boy name. She was like, he don't want you here no more. And I was like, what do you mean he don't want me here no more? So I'm calling him, he ain't picking up the phone. So I packed my stuff and I called my cousin to come get me. But he's like, I'm still not understanding why he don't want me here no more and stuff like that. And then I remember he told me he was texting this girl, but the girl was like a church lady. So him and the girl used to just talk or whatever. He was saying that she just sent him Bible verses. And I was like, how you know her and stuff? And he was telling me that he been knew her or whatever. Oh, it was his ex-girlfriend, and he was showing me pictures of her and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, she ain't me, so I ain't really. If you tell me this, I'ma believe that. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, whatever. And so then that's when, so I went about minding my business again. And so, but he was like, she said he don't want to be with you no more. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I called my cousin, came and got my cousin came and got me. And then the sister, the one that stayed there, she was like, Veronica, I'm so sorry this had to happen like this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I really didn't know what the fuck was going on. And so yeah. Excuse me, I think a week or two, because I kept on calling him, he was not picking up. Like, I really liked him, and I thought he really liked me. So a week or two go by, so now, when he do pick up, he was like, I just don't want to be with you no more. I don't like you no more. And I'm like, but why? Like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? I don't want to be with you no more. Blah, blah, blah. I don't like you no more. Da, da, da. And I'm like, yo, this is so weird. And so, but I couldn't accept the fact that he didn't want me no more. So then that's when, one day I got like super drunk. Was I even drunk? Yeah, I was drunk. I think I just came from Florida City and I was drunk as fuck. And so then, so what happened? So I had went to his house and I knocked on the window. Then he came outside. Then we just started going back and forth and stuff like that. And I'm like, but why he don't like me? Why? Like this, that was in the stage where I didn't know myself. So I needed explanation. I need closure. Tell me why, bitch. And then what happened? And we got like into a little tussle. This nigga picked me up and dropped me on my head. Bam. Like when he picked me up and dropped me on my head, I got dizzy as fuck. Like, I was like, what the fuck? It was like, and I was like, what the fuck? I know why you did that. He like, I told you to go home. I told you I don't want you no more. Why you can't just accept that I don't want you no more? And I'm like, because you're not telling me why. Like, I ain't do nothing to you. Just started acting nasty towards me. Blah, blah, blah. So he got in the car and left. And I'm calling him. And he finally picked up, like, I'm finna call the police. Call the police. So he called the police, and police pulled up. So police put me in the back of the police car, and then by now I'm like hyperventilating because I'm in the back of the car. I'm drunk, I'm dizzy, and I was like, put the window down a little bit. So they put the window down for me. So then the ugly ass mama came out, and then they was talking to the police and stuff like that. And I heard the mama say, he don't want her ugly ass. I like, ugly? I like, fuck wrong with you? I like, have you looked in the mirror lately? I like, you the last person that should be calling somebody ugly. But I'm in the back car laughing, Kiki laughing. And so Mike was like, oh, is something wrong with her? And I was like, you damn right something wrong with me, because all of a sudden you just up and don't want to talk to me no more. And then the sister's out there. The sister's just like, even when I was calling the mama ugly, the sister stood there and say nothing and stuff like that. And then that's when Yeah, I was back there just calling the mama all type of names because she was talking about me. Nobody else was talking bad. Not even him. He wasn't even talking about. She was the only one talking bad about me. And I said, your true colors really came out. You just sitting here talking trash about somebody. I was like, what the hell I did to you? I ain't do nothing to you. Blah, blah, blah. So, long story short, police took me home, which was around the corner. They're like, where you live at? I'm like, around the corner. And then they dropped me off. And they're like, don't go over there because obviously he don't know a good thing when he see it. His mama was all in his ear. You seen the mama was in his ear. And I'm like, yeah, he a mama's boy. They're like, yeah, you don't need somebody like that in your life. Don't go back over there and don't talk to him no more. I said, okay. And that was too embarrassing to the point where like, I'm not going back over there for real. And so then that's when like 2 weeks later, a week later, a couple of days later, it could have been the next day, it could have been like a week later, I'm gonna say, the mama gonna call me and ask me if I could put an apartment in her, cause the reason why he was saying that we finna get our own place, cause his sister lease was up and she was saying she finna get her own spot. She don't want all these people. The sister really didn't fuck with the mama like that. She don't want all these people in her house and stuff. So the boy was like, we finna get our own spot, and I said okay. And so, and I like, what about your mama? She'll find somewhere to go. She could go live with the other sister because he got 2 other sisters or whatever. And so, the mama gonna call me and say, oh, can her and C put a apartment in my name? What the fuck? Girl, if you don't get your fucking ass up out of here. And the other sister, I think she was close to losing her house too. Not losing, probably lease was up or whatever. So, because next thing I seen, the mom, I seen her in Paran walking the sister's daughter, walking. While I mean, y'all was in the 99 Toyota Corolla, but you walking. What happened in your van? When I seen her walking, I was like, what the fuck? What? When I drove past, I was like, hold on, that look like, what's her name, mama? And I'm like, that was her. I'm like, what a van at? So I'm looking back and she put her head down. And I was like, that is her. Because why would somebody like go to consider their face like that? Like, that is her. And I just kept on going. Oh, but now I realized they was trying to sacrifice me. They was trying to kill me. Something had to be, I don't know if that was food. I think that was food poisoning. They did something to the food. At first I was thinking maybe the pork wasn't cooked right, blah, blah, blah. That's why I was thinking all those days a long time ago, but I don't know. Yeah, something, and yeah, I don't know what the fuck. But y'all tell me what y'all think it is. Was that food poisoning or alcohol poisoning? That shit lasted 3 days. Oh, fucked up. So this the girl story time I had watched, and the way she was describing her experience with food poisoning, I was like, oh shit. So this was me that night. Let me see if I could change it. Nope, I gotta stop. This was him. That was his outfit. And obviously that's me. Yay. This is before the food poisoning occurred. We did a little photo shoot when we first pulled up. And this is my full body. Full body piece, bitch.